Have you ever felt a sudden chill, a strange sense of déjà vu, or the feeling that you're not quite in the right place, or even the right time? What if I told you highly respected academics claim they literally walked into the past? This is the story of the most famous and perhaps most believable time slip ever recorded. Picture this. It's a beautiful summer day, August 10th, 1901. Two English women, Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, are on holiday in France. Both are principals of women's colleges at Oxford, sharp, sober, and certainly not prone to flights of fancy. They decide to visit the Palace of Versailles and take a stroll through the gardens of the Petit Trianon, a smaller chateau on the grounds that was once Marie Antoinette's private retreat. As they walk, a strange feeling descends upon them. They both described it as a sudden sense of oppression and gloom, as if a heavy blanket had been thrown over the world. The air grew still, the sounds of other tourists faded away, and even the landscape seemed to flatten, losing its depth and looking more like a tapestry or a stage set. They felt an overwhelming sense of unease, but they pressed on, trying to find their way. Soon they encountered people, but these weren't fellow tourists. They saw two men in green uniforms and three-cornered hats, who they assumed were gardeners. The men directed them down a path where they saw a small cottage with a woman and a girl in the doorway, dressed in old-fashioned bonnets and dresses. Everything felt off. The colors were muted, and there was an eerie silence hanging over everything. Continuing their bizarre journey, they saw a man sitting by a kiosk, his face deeply pitted with smallpox scars and wearing a dark cloak. His expression was sinister, repulsive even, and his presence made them feel deeply uncomfortable. Then further on, another man, handsome and with large dark eyes, rushed up to them, speaking excitedly in French, urging them to go a different way. He seemed agitated, almost desperate. But the most striking encounter was yet to come. As they neared the Petit Trianon, Charlotte Moberly noticed a lady sitting on the grass, sketching. She was wearing a light-colored summer dress, a shady white hat, and had fair hair. The woman looked up, and for a moment, their eyes met. Charlotte felt a strange connection, an odd sense of recognition, but couldn't place it. The woman was just... they're part of this strange, quiet, and slightly melancholy scene. Finally, they crossed a small, rustic wooden bridge over a ravine. The moment they stepped off the other side, the world snapped back into focus. The oppressive feeling vanished instantly. The vibrant colors and sounds of a normal summer afternoon returned. They were suddenly surrounded by a noisy party of modern tourists. The dreamlike state was broken. Confused, they found their way back to their hotel, discussing the odd, lifeless atmosphere and the strangely dressed people they had seen. It was only later, when they began researching the history of Versailles, that the true, chilling nature of their experience began to dawn on them. They pored over old maps and documents. The path they had taken didn't exist in 1901, the small, rustic bridge they crossed. It had been torn down more than 100 years earlier, and the people they saw? Their descriptions matched historical figures from the court of Louis XVI. The men in green were likely Swiss guards. The sinister man with the pockmarked face perfectly matched a description of the Comte de Vaudreuil, an infamous associate of Marie Antoinette. And the woman sketching on the lawn, they found a portrait of Marie Antoinette painted by Wertmuller. Charlotte Moberly recognized her instantly. It was the same woman. They realized they hadn't just taken a strange walk. They'd stepped back in time to 1789, just days before the French Revolution would change the world forever. The oppressive, gloomy feeling they'd felt was the heavy atmosphere of a court on the brink of collapse. In 1911, they published their account anonymously in a book titled An Adventure. It caused a sensation. Skeptics, of course, rushed to debunk it. They claimed the women had stumbled upon a private costume party or a historical reenactment. But Moberly and Jourdain were adamant. No party could explain the sudden shift in atmosphere, the change in geography, or the profound sense of melancholy and dread that permeated their experience. So what really happened? Some modern theorists propose they experienced a time slip, a rare environmental phenomenon where two different points in time briefly overlap. Perhaps a unique atmospheric or geomagnetic anomaly created a temporary window into the past. Others suggest a shared hallucination, a folie à deux, brought on by the strange historical atmosphere of Versailles itself. Whatever the explanation, The Moberly Jourdain incident remains a landmark case in the study of the paranormal. It's not a story from some anonymous source on the internet. It's a detailed account from two credible, highly educated witnesses who had nothing to gain from making it up. They spent the rest of their lives defending their story, convinced that for one strange afternoon, they had walked through a doorway in time. What do you think? Could a place hold memories so strong they can be replayed? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the unexplained.